It's time for the trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen.
Project 2025 would dismantle democracy as we know it.
He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, "No, no, no, other than day one."
Is a vision of implementing a startlingly authoritarian form of the U.S. government.
Same thing with the unions. They get their little 5%. They get another 2%. They get another 3%, 4%. Then all of a sudden they're making more money than the people that own the company.
Do you do larger cuts, corporate cuts?
Yeah, I was planning on doing it. In fact,
You believe in punishment for abortion, yes or no, as a principle?
there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
What's at stake here is democracy itself. It's now Donald Trump's party. And if he's elected, the consequences will be catastrophic.
such a flagrant, toxic narcissist that he wants to take down the entire democratic system with him if he goes.
And I didn't need little Bruce Springsteen and all of these.
Are you surprised that he's trash talking you after all this time?
Not really.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. The stewardship of the nation has been thrown away to somebody who doesn't have a clue as to what that means.
Bruce Springsteen, we have a much bigger crowd than Bruce Springsteen, right? Much bigger. Hillary got Bruce Springsteen, I'll never forget. And the place was pretty full. Not full like our places are full, and I don't have a guitar.
It was okay. It was so worth it. There is no one you would rather go to a Springsteen concert in Jersey with than him. Than that guy. Brooks.
For me, the transformational piece of music was Bruce Springsteen's The River.
Okay.
Which is a journey. You know all the tracks.
Yeah.
And I'm that guy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John. I hope it's on. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I think I'm up and running. All right, we're back. We are back here on the good old Trigger On Show. Welcome back. We just took a little break, seems like, from the earlier show. So now we're just hanging out. I believe Hal's coming on at sometime this afternoon. I know he's been traveling and doing all kinds of stuff, but we're going to do a show here anyhow and see what happens. So good afternoon. It is 3:11 here in the Pacific time zone in beautiful Las Vegas. It is 105 degrees. I don't know if we hit the high was supposed to be 106, but 105, 106, who's quibbling? Who's going to quibble over that? Let me just say hello to the chat real quick. We got Mad Mac in there. Slava Ukraini, absolutely. Josh is here. Hey, good to see Josh. Josh says, need a pre-show. Ask. Hey, Ask. Good to see Ask. Thanks for joining us here in the driver's lounge. Hopefully you guys can hear me, right? If you guys can give me a thumbs up or something, let me know you can hear me. Because I'm still at the top of the chat, but I can see the bottom of the chat over here. So. But I guess you guys can hear me. Let's see. We got Walter Makarovich joining us here in the chat. And let's see. Yep, we hear you. Okay, thank you, Mike. Walter Makarovich says, good afternoon, Trucker John. Are you ready for round 2 to destroy Project 2025? I guess I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Michael Andrews is there. Jeff Curry. Hello, Jeff Curry. Good to see you. Saw you earlier. Glad to see you coming back. Asks, as Trump pledges to bypass Congress on new drilling through emergency declaration. Oh, good old Donald Trump. And he always trying to find ways of getting around the Constitution, isn't he? And Congress, and always trying to be a dictator. He he so badly wants to be a dictator. Walter Buchanan says, F Trump, and whatever he thinks, he is not going to do anything because he can't. Tamara Price is here. Good to see Tamara. Teresa, T-A-K. Hello, Teresa. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us this afternoon as we just do a little hangout session. We just hang out here. Tamara Price is here. Josh. Got to figure out how to get some Putin money misappropriated for reality. Putin can keep his dirty fucking blood money. I don't want anything to do with Putin. Fuck Putin. That motherfucker, the day cannot come soon enough when that motherfucker is no longer taking up air that someone else could be breathing. Him and Trump, they're, all those motherfuckers. We will all be better the day that they no longer exist, as far as I'm concerned. Let's see here. Just moving along here. Don O'Leary's here. Hey, Don. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Don O'Leary says, thank you for the membership. From who? Let's see, Don. I forget. It was either Fancy or Nick Rich or Chad Bostic. It was one of those three. I don't remember which one it was. Michael McAndrews, Bruce Springsteen is great. He is. He is the boss, and he is my favorite all time. I love the boss. Mad Mac, Breaker 19 to Trucker John. You got your ears on, good buddy? I do. Hey, Alarasia's here. Hello to Alarasia. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by in the old driver's lounge here as we just sort of kick it. Be Aware's here. Hey, Be Aware. Thanks for driving. Thanks for driving in. I guess we'll keep with the driving thing. Thanks for driving in. Thanks for driving your big rig on into the driver's lounge. Well, you don't want to drive it into the driver's lounge, but you could drive to the parking lot of the driver's lounge. Let's see. We got unroped. Nope. 48. Nope. Couldn't do it. Too hot. Are you talking about the weather here? It's only 105. Now, if it was 106, that'd be another story. But we're only at 105, so Carolina, dang, those clips of Springsteen and Walls gave me chills. I know. I was almost going to break into song. Jobama Kalamabat, 2K. Hi, TJ. Glad to catch you while I'm driving between jobs. Cheers, everybody. I'm glad that you could make it. I see Joel is back. That's I'm going to call Mike H. Joel because I think that's Mike H's real name. In case anyone's confused, they're like, "Who's Joel?" Let's see here. Mike says we hear you. Hey, Jolie. Jolie's here. Good to see Jolie. Thanks. Excuse me. Thanks for being here and helping me out. Let's see. Mad Mac 105, but it's dry heat. Laughing out loud. I don't care. That is too bloody hot for me. Hey, look, 105. I mean, we just went through a summer of consecutive days of breaking the record of consecutive days of being over 110 degrees. So 105. That's sweater weather, man. Be Aware says DJT ticker. Oh, at 1740 last chance to buy your shorts before it goes penny stock status. Yeah, this is their last chance. Get in there. Hey, Jeannie's here. Good to see Jeannie. Keith Polite is here. Howdy, y'all. Got your debate popcorn yet? Ooh, that's right. We better stock up. I think, is that Tuesday? It's coming up. Yeah, make sure you got your popcorn ready and let's go for it. Teresa, TAK says, I found out that Alan Lichtman predicts Kamala will be the first woman president in 2024. Hooray and thank God. And I agree. Trucker John agrees. Oliver Brownlow says he's halfway to being a dictator, but he's not yet a tater. He's just a dick right now. Yeah, that's a good one, Oliver. And welcome to the Driver's Lounge, by the way. Thank you for being here. Let's see. I'm just skipping on down. MJ Daniels here. Hello from warm 93-degree Olympia. And for Olympia, that is pretty warm. I got to tell you, right? That is for Olympia, Washington. 93 degrees. I think that's up there. That's definitely up there. And if you see Hal Sparks, tell him I said hi. I know he's not in Olympia, but I think he's in Seattle, up the road from you. About let's see, Olympia. You're about mile marker 99 or so, I think. 100 and something maybe. And Seattle's up. Let's see, what mile marker is that? Yeah, it might be about 100 miles, huh? From Seattle to Olympia. Let's see. John O'Leary at Trucker John, thank you, membership. You are welcome. Like I said, it was either Nick, Rich, or Fancy, or Chad. One of them three. MJ Daniel, the boss is awesome. Saw him live in the 90s. As did I. I saw him live in the 80s. I guess I didn't see him in the 90s. I saw him twice in the 80s. And then just recently I saw him when he was in town here in Vegas last April, I guess it was. And I had a great time. Be Aware says, glad to drive into chat. And we're glad to have you. And I'm just scrolling on down, seeing who's here. Everyone's here. Okay. Mike Etch says, maybe you're on to something, TJ. I get, yeah, maybe. I'm always on to something. There's Delta Dawn. Hello, Delta Dawn. Good to see you. Tamara Price is here. Tamara says 105 in Sacramento. So we're about the same. Or we're exactly the same. Yeah, Sacramento can be hot. I know people think, oh, California and, you know, I don't know, some sort of preconceived notions or something. But you get into the Central Valley. I mean, you know, even down in Fresno, Bakersfield, and then you go up, Sacramento. It can get hot. It can get real hot down there in Central Valley. And Sacramento, I mean, that's where I did my driving school for truck driving school. Actually, I was in West Sac, out on this, you know, blacktop in August. It was a hot bitch. It was a hot B word in West Sacramento in August on blacktop. Michael McAndrews says it's nice day in Traverse City, Michigan, around 75 degrees at 6:18 p.m. So that sounds nice. That sounds pretty nice. Be Aware says too early to tell if Harris wins. Hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Yeah, I know. We can't get cocky. We can't get complacent. We got to just, you know, make sure we vote. Make sure we're registered to vote. Make sure we tell everyone we know that we support Kamala Harris, and let everyone we know, you know, just what a shit-stained, shit-bag, dirt-bag, douche-bag that Donald Trump is. In case he didn't know, because apparently there are people that they just think Donald Trump is a great guy or something. I don't know. You know, it's one thing to be, I guess, have a difference of opinion on policy positions, and I guess if you're a conservative, you think that whatever, I don't know. There's difference of policy positions, but how you can not see what a really piece of shit that Donald Trump is. I don't. That's the part I guess that I don't really get. I mean, is it just because you want your party to win so badly that you will not admit that Donald Trump is a shit stain, a really awful, vile person? And like I had earlier on today's show this morning, where I had this up there, where he's not just the worst president ever. He's the fucking worst American ever, worst person ever. I mean, I don't know how you can not. And maybe I guess I can see why you could say, "Oh, I don't think he's the worst person ever," but I don't know how anyone even Republicans could look at Donald Trump and see some sort of redeeming qualities or anything. I don't know. There's just nothing redeeming about Donald Trump. There's nothing redeeming about that shit stain, Donald Trump. There's nothing good about the man. Absolutely 100% nothing good about Donald Trump. And I don't, like I said, we could have policy position differences and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know how you can overlook how vile he is. Walter Bucaravis says, I see how Sparks posted something earlier today called Benny and the Threats. Oh yeah, he does those are clips from his shows, from the previous shows. And I didn't look at it, but I did see the the show card on that, and it was about Tim Pool and stuff. It was the stuff it's the stuff that we've already seen that from his show earlier yesterday, I guess. Yeah, Mad Max says Olympia is about 90 miles. I said it was about 100, so I'm going to say that I was right. I'm going to say I was not wrong. I'm going to say that's close enough to my estimation. Hey, Christy, we got Christy Blom. I don't know if that's a gotcha name or not, but Christy's here. Good to see you. Says hello from 34 degrees in Iowa. Our heat comes in next week in the upper 80s near 90. Wow. So we're a lot of these Indian summers going on here. It's like I think a lot of us are ready for fall and nice fall temperatures, and sometimes Mother Nature has another thing to say about that, and global warming. All right, so we got Carol Lana here. MJ Daniel is here. It says around an hour drive with good traffic. We had Seattle Seahawks season tickets for 16 years. Wow. Mad Mac, we've got about 85 in Seattle, and we're all whining about it, except for the Cali transplants. They love it. That's funny. Tamara Price, Northern California and Central Valley gets oh so hot. Yep. It sure does. It can get real hot. Really, really hot. It gets hot in Southern California too, but you know. Let's see. Teresa says, be aware, I have faith that Trump is done for good. He had his time in 2016 and he blew it big time. I was going to say bigly. He blew it bigly. Mad Max says, I remember dying from the heat when we went to the Sacramento State Fair. It was not even fun to go on the rides. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you probably want to go at nighttime or something because it's just crazy hot. Avalo Brownlow, did the blacktop get sticky like tar? I don't remember getting that quite that bad there. But it just radiated heat, you know. And there was very little cover. We had one little like sort of a picnic bench with a little one of those little awning things or whatever, little tarp things. And that was about our only shade that we had. And there was I think there was how many did we start off with? Because, it kind of reminded me of the old football days when every week or every year when you would first come out, like for Hell Week for football, and there would be like 300 guys or 400 guys out, coming out for football. And between the morning, and usually you're doing 2 a days, right? So between the morning practice and the afternoon practice, you'd have 30 or 40 guys that just, didn't show up or they quit, And then between that practice and the next morning's practice, another 30 or 40 would quit. It kind of reminded me in much smaller numbers, but my truck driving school, I think we started off with 20 or so people, maybe 25. And it seemed like, every day it'd be like, what happened to that one dude? People would just kind of drop off. Not in those drastic of numbers, but there was definitely from the time we started to the time we all ended and got our driving permits and everything, I bet you at least close to 10 people either just dropped out or they just failed out. They just were failing. But anyhow, that's all that. Let's see. We got Carol on my psyche can't take another 2016. Yeah, me either. Mike H is there, or Joel, otherwise known as Joel. Kamala Harris and her flipping flopping is great as her fake accents. It's funny. That's all you got because what she changed on something about fracking or something. No, it's called it's called evolving. It's called it's okay. It's okay to change your mind, especially when it's for the better. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not flip flopping. Flip flopping is when within the same day or something, or that's not flip flopping. You're talking about something she said years and years and years ago, and then so now she's changed her mind. Things have happened in the interim, but of course, people like Mike H, you're just really grasping at straws. You really are. You're trying to find, then people like Mike H have the nerve to talk about maybe something she said 5 years ago, and now she's changed her views on it, and try to say that somehow is just as disqualifying as raping women or raping children on Jeffrey Epstein's airplane. Somehow those are equal. In Mike H's little puny pea brain, and Joel's little pea brain, that those are equal. Because maybe she had a view on fracking 5 years ago and it's changed now. Somehow that's just as or actually, it's not just as disqualifying because Mike H or Joel here won't even admit to Donald Trump being a pedophile rapist. He can't even admit that. But he'll bring up this little thing about some changing of mind of an issue about fracking. That's why Joel, who goes by this Mike H name, is a fake, a phony, and a fraud. And we know that because he can't even put his real name on. But he's a fake and a phony and a fraud because he can't even admit that Donald Trump is a pedophile rapist. But he's going to say, oh, Kamala Harris has a fake accent. Or Kamala Harris flip-flopped about fracking. You know what, Mike H? Go fuck yourself. You fucking phony-ass bitch. Hey, we got Maria Ali. Maria Ali. Hey, bud, found you. Hey, well, I'm glad you found me. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us in the driver's lounge. Christy Blom. Thanks for pronouncing my last name right. It is German. All right. Very nice name. Let's see. Maria Ali says it's 99 in San Diego. That's warm for San Diego. I don't think I've ever been in San Diego where it was in the 90s. Even in summer, it seems like it's always like in the 70s or maybe the 80s at the most. So 99, that's outrageous. That is definitely outrageous, man. I know we're not supposed to say outrageous, apparently, according to Hal, but I think that's outrageous. Yeah, that is. Carol says that's hot for San Diego. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen 99 degrees ever in San Diego. That's crazy. Walter Makarovich It says, I would rather flip-flop than go to Arlington National Cemetery and desecrate fallen soldiers' graves. I'm so glad that widow of fallen Marine is going to sue the shit out of MAGA Trump. Me too. Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing. Okay, so these, these MAGA loyalists or whatever, like I said, they're grasping at straws. It's like, oh, you want to call Kamala Harris a flip-flopper or whatever. And yet have absolutely no problem with how disrespectful Trump and his campaign was at Arlington. They just ignore that. They just fucking ignore it. And I guess that just shows how insincere they are and what liars and fakes not only Trump is, but all of his followers are. All the ones that support Trump. If you support Donald Trump at this point, and you're okay with the way he disrespects veterans and disrespects the people who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country, if you're okay with that, then you're just as bad as he is. You're just as bad as Trump is. Michael McAndrews says, I don't give a fuck about any accent. The pussy Nazis try to put down our girl. Fuck them. Yeah. It's just horseshit. Joel here, Mike H., whose real name is Joel, I know he's trying to trigger me or whatever, but still, he's still Joel. You're just still a little cunt. So Maria Ali, you said my first name perfectly. Thank you so much. I knew you. I knew you were different. Am I saying it right? I'm not sure if I've said it at the same time every time, so I apologize. Because now I'm not sure if I said it right. And now I'm afraid to say it because I feel like I'm bungling it. So I apologize. But I'm glad you're here. And am I saying it right? Okay, I think I said it right. I said Maria? Am I saying it right? I don't want to belabor the point. Anyhow, but thanks for being here. I appreciate you finding us and hanging out. Hang out. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And let's keep it going. Earlier in the earlier show, I also was talking about having 3,000 subscribers, which I'm very proud of, and I'm very happy. And I could not do it without folks like you right now that are in the chat room, and you like and you subscribe and you share, and it would not be possible without you guys. So just want to thank you all for being here and hanging out and helping us grow the show. Robert Perez is here. Says it's phantasmagorically hot here in El Cajon. So man, this is supposed to be. We're supposed to be tapering down, but we're not. We're all roasting here. We're all roasting. Robert Perez. Some people are just born assholes. Yeah. Carol Alana, my goal is to be able to do some disrespecting on Dumpster's weedy dirt home. Wait, let me reread that. My goal is to be able to do some disrespecting on Dumpster's weedy dirt home. I'll bet there'd be a line of 1 million wanting to fertilize that plot. Oh, okay. I get you. Kind of like pissing on the grave or whatever. Of who. Hey, J Ohio 107 is here. J Ohio 107 says Trump only went to like 3 dignified transfers out of like 80, and those said, yeah, he went to the first 3. One of the parents, I guess, had said things that Trump didn't like. They didn't like the way Trump was handling I don't if it was specifically it was handling I don't know, Afghanistan or whatever it was, and they were critical of Trump, and that hurt little Trumpy's feelings. His little feelings got hurt, kind of like Mike H, otherwise known as Joel. They really are little snowflakes. They try to accuse us of being snowflakes, but that was more projection. And little Donnie Trumpy got his little feelings hurt, and so because there was a family that was critical of him after their loved one was killed, and they were critical of the way Trump was handling things, and he got his little bitty itty bitty feelings hurt, so he didn't go to another dignified transfer ever again. And then assholes like Joel there, Mike H, otherwise known as Joel, or Joel, otherwise known as Mike H. They have the gall, to criticize Biden because apparently because the video they made it look like he was looking at his watch every 2 seconds, and I can guarantee you that was all doctored, that was all edited to make it look like he kept looking at his watch. He probably looked at his watch every now and then. He's a fucking president. He's got a lot of shit to do. Okay, he was there, and he was being respectful of the dead and of the fallen and of the soldiers that gave their lives. He was there being respectful. Now I know Hal Sparks has said that Biden has like a rosary on his wrist, and as we know, Joe Biden's a Catholic. He's a very religious Catholic, and the rosary thing, it wouldn't surprise me at all. I'm not a Catholic, so I don't know exactly how that works. I don't know if you always rub the rosary or whatever, but whatever it was, what I saw was a very respectful president being there for this transfer, of these fallen soldiers. And what I didn't see when Trump was president, I didn't see him there at all. Okay, like I said, he did 3, and that was it, 3 and out. So again, just the Joels of the world, they're willing to give Trump a pass on everything, and then just scrutinize and there's like my volume's up on here, and just make such a huge deal out of every little tiny thing they can when it comes to the other side, whether it be Biden or now Kamala Harris. All right, so Mariah Ali says that Trucker John, Mariah, you got it. 100% nice to find you and see you in real life, face to a name. And I'm glad you're here. I guess you must have seen me in the chat, maybe some other chat, and now we're here. So this is the face. This is it. It's the best I could do. Keith Philippe says hit the like. Apple 707 says hello to Teresa. And I'm just scrolling down here, guys. Carolina, gotta lay it between the lines as the song goes. Maria Ali says, has said that it was Trumpy's fault that her kid was dead, so he stopped going. Right. And so little Trumpy, he just a very thin-skinned orange Cheeto turd. I don't know. Hey, Mr. Zombified's here. Gives the old thumbs up. Thank you, Mr. Zombified, for being here, joining us in the driver's end. We're just hanging out. I guess we're just waiting for Hal Sparks to come on. I believe he's going to come on. I know he's traveling, doing a lot of stuff, so it's kind of I'm not 100% sure myself. Robert Perez says I had to pick up the grandkids from school with no AC and sat in traffic waiting to get past the school, and I felt like I was in a microwave oven. Yeah, and when you're down there in that almost 100-degree heat with no AC, that's not fun. That's not fun. Oliver Brownlow, who is H? Who the H is Mike H? Mike H is our resident troll. And his real name is Joel, by the way. He's a fake phony. I mean, he's a phony in that he can't even say his real name. He just makes up this funny name because he thinks it's like a gotcha thing, you know. Because if you say the name together, it's like you're saying, you know. I really have any qualms saying it, but I'm just saying I don't like that whole gotcha kind of thing. And you know, he's just a troll, and he tries to trigger people, but you know, whatever. Yeah, Jolie says he's our troll, our resident troll. Terrence Bunce is here. Says MAGA. A solution to global warming is to simply move Earth away from the sun. They're a sorry lot. Mike H., otherwise known as Joel, he wasn't bored. He was not fucking bored. Fuck you, you fucking asshole. He was not bored. Fuck off. You're fucking boring me with your fucking bullshit. Mike H. The only reason I call you Mike H is because if I keep calling you Joel, other people who don't know the story about how you're a fake and you use a fake name, they'll be going, there's no Joel in the chat. Well, who are you talking to? You know. So, but you are Joel. So. You're fake. You're a fake liar. You're probably not. You probably don't even live in Indiana or wherever the fuck you say you live. I wouldn't be surprised if you live in fucking Moscow or something. To tell the truth. J Ohio 107 says, "Are you related to Apple 107?" Oh, there's 707. J Ohio 107 says, Howard Stern said Tuesday he can't vote for someone who only wanted 11,000 votes. End of the conversation. Hopefully he interviews Harrison Walls. Well, Howard Stern, I don't know what he said, but he said a lot of things over the last few years that where he does not agree and has really put down, you know, Trump. Mad Max says felon Trump still thinks he is up against Biden. He just did another softball interview and said it over and over. Yeah, and that's another thing. After all this talk about Joe Biden, about how he was too old and he was incompetent and he was losing his mind, and yet we are really seeing Donald Trump on a really a fast slide. Donald Trump is losing his fucking mind. He is really. I mean, you can see it. How much he is just. He looks bad. He sounds bad, and he talks nonsense. And it isn't this you know, weave who we were talking about earlier, or whatever. He's losing his fucking mind. The word salad is getting more and more word salady every day, and yet the fake ass Joels of the world, the fake ass Mike H's of the world, will overlook that and just say no, he's brilliant. He's just being very brilliant, or whatever. But yeah, Mike H, enjoy your fucking summer in Moscow. You're probably a Russian bitch, Mike H. You're a little Russian bitch. You're Putin's bitch, Mike H. Torby Cat, I used to have to document everything. Penny to Create is here. Good to see Penny to Create. Thanks for joining us here in the driver's lounge. Penny to Create says, how is MAGA going to spin the word salad Trump spewed regarding childcare? I know, and I saw that was on Randy Rhodes. She played a clip, right? I think it was Randy. And I was just like, what? And I'm like, and those people, they're just going to sit there and let him go on and on and on. And just wait till the debate. Just wait till the debate. Josh, that's how I found TJ. How did you find me? How'd you find me? I must have skipped something because I've been kind of skipping down, but so I don't know how you found me. But I'm glad you guys found me. I'm glad you guys are finding me. Ass says Maria Ali just found out listening mostly. Jeff Curry says if Kamala wins, Biden should pardon Hunter the next day. While crying on Fox, I can only imagine. Yeah, talk about, and again, that's again projection about you hear Trump and the right wingers, the MAGAs, all saying that like Biden is weaponizing the DOJ. It's just projection. That's what they're doing. That's what fucking Comer is doing at the behest of Donald Trump. They're the ones weaponizing, at least the Congress or the House of Representatives, and they're going after him, and that's what's ignited all this other stuff. To have these cases brought forward. Yeah, you see, Mike. Now it's funny. Mike is just desperate. Mike H. Joel, one of Putin's pussy puppets. He's just grasping at straws there. Mad Mac. It took Kamala 5 years to change her mind based upon facts, and she was learning. It took rapist Trump 5 minutes once he realized he was losing to flip on abortion rights. Yeah, that's a flip flopper. That's right, Mad Mac. That's a good point. And I was talking about that on the morning show. How he was waffling on the about the Florida, about Roe v. Wade being on their Florida ballot, and then the fanatics, the right wing evangelical fanatics, came out strong and strongly, and were criticizing Trump. And so then he's like, then he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to vote for it." So talk about your flip floppers. In Enough Crypto, hey, good to see you. Enough Crypto says Joel is our little muse. Jeff Curry, wasn't there some dipshit in Texas a while back asking if we could adjust the moon? I don't know. I don't remember that one. Hey, we got Kimmers R. Hi, Kimmers R. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the old driver's lounge. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're just hanging out. I believe, I think Hal is supposed to come on at 4. I don't know. Pacific time. Not really sure. Because I know he's been traveling and stuff like that. So it was kind of up in the air, but we'll see. Carol Alana says, Mike H. sounds like a pimply-faced 23-year-old sitting in his bedroom. And then Carol says, I meant actually 13-year-old, but 23 too. 23 works too. Yes, maybe St. Petersburg, Russia, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just a Russian troll. Enough Crypto says, Howard Stern always votes Democrat. Sweetheart of a man. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird because Howard Stern, he kind of comes across in a lot of different ways, or at least, but at the end of the day, he does seem to, support Democrats. So. Hour 0616 is here. Good to see Hour 0616. I don't think I've seen that name before, so good to see you. Thanks for joining us in the Driver's Lounge. I hope you give me a like, a subscribe, and a share. Be good. And here, Hour Zero. Did I say Hero Zero? I don't know what I said, but Hour 0616 says the entire foundation of MAGA is to troll people. Just ignore these folks. I know it's a distraction from things that are actually pressing issues, and I agree. I agree with that about ignoring them, not feeding the trolls, not wanting the trolls, but But I do like here. I do like to get the other side's viewpoints, and I'd like to try to see where they're coming from. And I thought Mike H, otherwise known as Joel, as Jolie says, Mike, aka Joel the Troll. Sometimes he does bring out, I guess, talking points or issues from the right that are interesting and are worth going into. And then once he's getting his ass kicked, he'll go to Trump is your god, stuff like that. So because he doesn't got, that's all he's got, Let's see. Maria Oli, I'm sorry if I'm not saying it right. Town hall last night. Maybe Hal will cover it. I think he said he would today. Oh yeah, but I want to hear about the twats that got popped being Putin's putzes. Yeah, well that's Hal was talking about that too. And yeah, Mad Mac, and then Mad Mac continues, and that's kind of talking about. But also it says Mad Mac says Tim Pool and Dave Rubin, paid by Russia to spew lies to fellow Americans regarding Kamala versus pedo Trump. That's what maggots cream their genes over to here. To me, that's a fucking traitor to the USA. Yeah, and I was talking about that on the morning show too, about Garland came out and made the statement of what they're doing with that it was a Tenet, the Tenet company or whatever, which was funded by Russia and Russia Today and Russia or whatever it's called, Russia TV or whatever, and they were paying these, like, a lot of YouTube creators or influencers and shows, like Tim Pool and, like I say, Dave Rubin and these others, and I mean exorbitant amounts of money to further this influence campaign that Russia has been engaged in for a long time now, but just ramping it up to really, hit these social media outlets with this misinformation, and that's why you have people like, I guess, maybe like Joel the Troll, that will not ever admit that this economy under Joe Biden is the best economy, one of the best economies ever in the history of the United States. And all they will say is, they'll just say the opposite, that the country is in decline, the economy is crashing, and the inflation is the highest ever. They just will say the opposite and say it with a straight face, a complete straight face. And they'll say it over and over and over again. And it's kind of that old Nazi thing about just repeating, repeating the lie enough till it becomes perceived as the truth. And then that's what's going on with that whole thing. And there's going to be more indictments coming. Ask says, Jetty Jaw, Adderall, Junkie Donald, tweaking anger more and more every day. Hey, here's Erica Cubs. Thanks for being here, Erica, joining us. Good to see you. Looking for Hal now and found a great surprise. Oh, Well, I'm glad you found us, and I hope that you'll come back. I do the show. Now, if I move this thing out of the way, I'll move that down there. There's my little schedule. Tuesday, Thursday, 9 a.m., Thursdays at 3 p.m., and Saturdays at 11 a.m. So I hope you'll come back, Erica. We're about ready probably to maybe sign off if Hal's coming on. If you guys, if Jolie or anybody sees Hal coming on, let me know. And then maybe we can do like a Chugger John raid over to Hal when he comes on. If he's coming on, I don't know, because like I said, he's traveling, and it's kind of up in the air. Maria Ali says, for your information, I found you. You were in my feed. You're big time. Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm glad you found me. I'm glad you guys are in here. I hope the new folks. I hope you'll come back. We usually do longer shows. This is usually, like I say, this is a short little hangout where we just hang out, because a lot of us are sparklers here. Not all of us, obviously. I don't know. I don't think Mike H, Joel the Troll, is necessarily a sparkler. But most of us, I think a lot of us are sparklers, and so we hang out, before Hal comes on. Hey, there's Michael Erangelski. He says, hey, John, good to see you. Or good seeing you, buddy. Good seeing you. I haven't seen Michael in a while, so I'm glad you're here hanging out with us for a little bit. Good to see you. Hour 0616 says, I'm going to speak Spanish to trigger the troll. That might do it. That just might do it. Tim Farrell's here. Hi, gang. I'm late, but I want to go on record as disagreeing with everything Mike H has said so far. Okay, duly noted, Tim Farrell. It is duly noted. I am skipping down the chat, so if I do skip your chats, don't take it personally. I know we're running out of time. We're going to be signing off here pretty quick. So, I don't mean to slight anyone. Tyler Boyer says, hi, Trucker John. Have a blessed day. Well, you too, Tyler Boiler. Thanks for being here, by the way. And make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share. We got some new faces here, new folks, and I hope that you guys will become subscribers and will join in on us. Like I said, we got that schedule there, and we have a great chat. You guys are a great chat. I really do think you are. So I hope you guys come back. I hope the new newbies come back and hang out with us more. Maria Ali says, do you think we should have snacks for Hal's show tonight? You're making me want gummy bears. I think snacks are a good thing. Those are always a good thing. Joseph Hodia says, it seemed one of the owners of Tenet worked for the Blaze. Go figure. They fired her today. I did see that the Blaze name came up when I was reading the thing, and I didn't hear about the firing though. So that's kind of funny. Try to disavow any connection, but I think it's too late, Glenn Beck. I think you're a little late on that one. I think Merrick Garland and the DOJ, they've got all the shit they already need. Anyhow, hey, look, we got what did we get here? We got is that a super sticker from Erica Cubs? $5. Thank you so much for that, Erica. It says, Sparkler in the house from Chicago. I'll be back. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you a heart and a thumbs up for that. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the show. Always appreciate it in any way that you can. If it's a super chat, super sticker, a membership, those are fine, and those we love those. But even just liking, subscribing, sharing is a big way to help support the show. You're commenting. Even Mike H, Joel the Troll, otherwise known as Joel the Troll, when he's in here, that is people. A lot of times people say you should just broom them, or whatever. But believe it or not, Joel the Troll is helping to contribute to the show by participating and liking, subscribing, and sharing, and commenting. It all helps. So I thank you guys so much for your support for the show. And do we have a lookout? Do we know if? Let me check real quick. See in my subscriptions. I don't see Hal yet. I don't see Hal coming on yet. And I haven't. A lot of times I'll go to Discord and I'll try to find if there's any updates on Discord about Hal's, if he's coming on or not. Let me check Discord real quick. Sometimes Andrea will update in there. Let me just check real quick. The latest update I see in the House Sparks Discord, I always post on pros, is the link to the Trucker John show. I don't see anything else on Discord. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I'll just hang out for a little bit more then, if you guys don't mind. Robert Perez says, whoa, wait, what happened here? We got a $20 super chat from Michael McAndrews. So I'm going to give you a thumbs up and a heart. How do you like those? How do you like those bananas? Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you supporting the show. That's very, very nice of you. Always appreciated when you guys do that so much. And Jolie, look at there. Jolie gifting some memberships, 5 memberships to be exact. Thank you, Jolie, for that, for helping out the show there. That's really awesome of you. Diana Nelson says, I just hope Josh Allen rocks this year. I hope our running back do their jobs. Yeah, football is upon us. We're all anxious. All of us football fans, we are anxious to see how our teams are going to do. I'm a Rams fan, and I'm really anxious to see. And we've got this kind of rematch of against the Lions for our first game on Sunday night. So we're all anxious. We're all chomping at the bit to see how our teams are going to do. And just moving this around. I should just leave it. But yeah, football is here. Football is here. But thank you, Jolie and Michael McAndrews. Thank you guys so much. Okay, let's see. We got 4419 and Whisker. Well, he does have the best words. Donna Nelson, yes, I live in Philadelphia, PA, transplanted from Buffalo, New York. Oh man, so you're surrounded by Eagles fans. Wow. Well, at least you're not in the same, conference. Hour 0616 says, how's stream on X? It's kind of a notification. I exist on that cyber version of hell to see what the cult of Maga's mindset is. Yeah, I deactivated my account, I guess a couple of months ago now, on there. After being on that platform, back when it was Twitter and then became X. I think I was on there since like 2008 or something, like almost when it first started. And I went ahead and I just said I've had enough of Elon Musk and I've had enough of it, and I deactivated. Diana Nelson, my husband is a Steelers fan. Oh yeah. You're surrounded by Steelers and Eagles. Tim Farrell, Commanders, long-suffering but unwavering. I still think they should have been called the Commandos. And I don't care if it evokes images of guys going around, free balling. I just think Commando is better than Commander, Delta Dawn, I live near Cincinnati. Got the Bengals over there. Tim Farrell, I think Bears are Super Bowl bound. Seriously? 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 You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. Mariah Ali says, I love the talent on Philly. It's like a well-oiled machine. Apple 707, 49ers. Go Rams! Mad Mac, I'm a Man United fan. Real football's around. It's all good, everyone. No dissing. Delta Don, I hate the fucking Eagles. Terrence Bunce, non-useful. Oh wait, non-useful's here? I must have skipped non-useful. Like I said, I don't mean to skip anybody, but sometimes I do scroll down and I might miss that someone's here. Somebody says something. Don't take it personally if that happens. I don't see that. I don't see non-useful here, but Steven Sayre, Kansas City, Missouri Chiefs. Yeah, everyone, just about every team will probably be represented in the chat here of fans, which is a good thing. We're from all over, and there'll be non-fans as well. It's just fine. You don't have to like football. And crypto, enough crypto says, glad I didn't buy a Tesla in 2019. Musk was a different guy then. Tesla stock in the dumps now. I haven't really checked the stock or not. I'm not really a big stock watcher. But for me, it really is kind of heartbreaking because I have been an Elon Musk admirer for many years and a Tesla admirer, and I've been driving Teslas for a year and a half now, and I love the car. I love the Model 3 that I drive, and it's all very bittersweet because, I think the cars are great. I love the company. But I just cannot stand Elon Musk. He's a piece of shit. He's a fucking piece of shit. And, so it really is bittersweet, the whole Tesla thing. Erica Cub says, Tim, we are the Bears shuffling crew, doing the Bears shuffle. Joseph Hodias says, Pats fan, how about the Mets laughing out loud? I don't know. I'm a Dodgers fan, so I just follow the Dodgers for baseball. Maria Ali says, Trumpy said he's going to put Muskie in as government efficiency department head, for fuck's sake. Yeah, again, he's talk about pandering, right? I was just checking real quick to see if Hal's coming on. I don't know if Hal's going to come on or not. I really don't. But we'll just hang. Like I said, just if you see Hal come on, just let me know, and we'll go from there. Enough crypto. Refrigerator Perry. Yep. I remember those days. J Ohio 107 says we got to get Hal a good road PC with Starlink so he can have good internet anywhere he goes. But isn't Starlink a Musk thing? Delta Don says football. I thought we were talking about bands. That's funny. Maria Ali says, plus wait, who'd you get from the Chargers? I swear you got Keenan Allen, right? At Tim Farrell. I know we're probably losing half the audience with all the football talk. I don't know. Because half of us love it and half of us don't. So, Dana Nelson, isn't it great that Liz Cheney endorsed Kamala? Yes, it is. And that was another thing we talked about right there. Talked about that earlier. on today's show about Liz Cheney coming out, and that was something I got from. You can see Tennessee Brando's name there. It was something I stole off of something that he posted, and yeah, Liz Cheney, and like I said, the rats are leaving the ship, the sinking ship of the Republican Party, and that Donald Trump has eviscerated. And so you're seeing the Republicans. So many have come over and said they're not only are they, not voting for Trump, but they're actually coming out and saying, I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris. And we're seeing more and more and more and more of that. And I think that's a huge deal. That's a pretty huge deal, Let's see. I'm just looking at the chat here real quick. Yeah, Rob4419 says maybe Trump pulls names from a grab bag, and then Enough Crypto says no, Trump is told who to pick. And yeah, there's the Heritage Foundation and some other groups of this nature that they do seem to give him his marching orders, or at least he likes to utilize that because he's too lazy to do anything himself and have think for himself. So he's probably like, well, I'll just use whatever they do. I'll just do whatever they do. Maria Ali says, sorry, Trucker John is shouting out to my man Tatis Jr. in last night's baseball game. Okay, no more. It's fine. It's fine as long as you don't mind me shouting out Shohei Ohtani's when he gets the 50-50 club, when he gets the 50 stolen bases and 50 home runs this year, and really shows the world what a baseball god he is. So if you don't mind me doing that, then we're okay. We'll be all right. Tim Farrell says the rats are leaving the ship, but they will regroup. Yeah, they'll regroup. Yeah, they're not. I mean, there's always going to be another party, and that's the whole thing. What will replace it, and will it be still called the Republican Party? Whatever it's going to be, there's going to be another party, and it's always going to be probably. I mean, it would be nice if we had two parties that were, I don't know, that were where either party would still be good for the American people, for the good for the country. But it just seems like, at least from my point of view, the Republican Party, at least within my lifetime, has been really detrimental to the country, to the working class. That's the Republican Party, right? They always get in office. They run up deficits. They run up debts. They crash economies. They get us into recessions and depressions, and then the Democrats come in and clean everything up. And then for some reason, the American people either get complacent or they don't show up, they don't vote, and then that's when the Republicans get back in office and they fuck it up all over again. And we keep doing this back and forth thing. And I'm hoping that the American people are sick and tired of it, so that no matter what the Republican Party comes back as and rebrands itself as, that we won't be fooled. We're not going to fall for the old banana in the tailpipe trick, and we're going to know what they're up to. We're going to know that really all they are about is lowering taxes for the rich, is stripping away regulations to make it easier for them to rip off people, rip off the American public. That's all. Whatever the Republican Party is going to be about, whether they're MAGA or whether they rebrand and they become something that looks more reasonable. But it all kind of comes down to the same. The thing about Trump, though, is he really does want to be a dictator. He really is serious about that, and I think that's different than even from Reagan or or Bush, that we've seen. I don't think they really wanted. That wasn't about being a dictator. It was really about doing the job of at the behest of the top 1%, and it was really about working for them. That's what Reagan and Bush, both Bushes were about. Is working for the top 1%, in the top 1% of 1%, and lowering their taxes and getting rid of regulations, business regulations, and environmental regulations and things like that. Trump has really had this added element of really wanting to tear up the Constitution and really being a dictator, and that's the really scary part. And the thing that we absolutely need to make sure that Donald Trump never gets near the levers of power ever again. Never, ever, ever. We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going to go back to the 1860s. We're not going to go back to the 1950s or the before civil rights. We're not going to go back to a time when women couldn't vote, when black people of color couldn't vote. We're not going to go back to any of that. And we're not going to go back to 2016. And we're not going to go back to the Trump administration. We're not going to do it. We're just not going to do it. Let's see. We got David Robinson here. David says, looks like 2020 exodus for the Trump leadership team revived. Thanks, David, for being here. By the way, Ron Santos is here. Trump is the friggin' best sloppy guy. He's the best friggin' sloppy guy. That's kind of funny. A funny thing there. Let's see. Maria Ali says, Liz switched to being a logical person in a sense of course she was going to vote. In a sense, of course she was going to vote cousin Kamala. She would die a registered Dem if that's what it took to keep Trumpy out of office. I can tell you that Liz Cheney there's no love loss between her and Trump. She does not like him, and he does not like her. Enough Crypto says Dems have to go and clean up the effing mess all the time. All the time, yeah. And I think, I guess where I was going with that was that I really hope we get a big 40 or 50-year run of just Democrats in the White House and Democratic majorities in Congress. Just think of, the strides we could make if that were the case. Jolie says, here's a report from Jolie, and I know I'm behind in the chat. She probably said this 10 minutes ago. I don't know. It says, Andrea says she doesn't think Hal is going on the show today. Not 100% sure. Okay, well, I guess we can hang out here a little longer if you guys want to hang out. I'm willing to do another 40 minutes or so, and then I've got to head out and start thinking about going to work. But we can hang out here until 5 o'clock my time, and that's Pacific time zone, if you guys want to. Let me know in the chat if you guys want to hang out longer. I'm up for it. Let's see here. J Ohio 107 says, it would be great if George Bush would announce he is backing Harris. That would be just, yeah, could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Jobama Kalamabot 2K says, is anybody in the stream going to see, I guess, Hal tonight? Okay, that'd be interesting. There are some folks up in that area. I'm not sure if Mad Mac is going to go or not, but we'll see. Maria Ali says, how are the Dems going to clean out the swampers that Trumpy created? Well, we need to, as far as elected positions, we can vote them out. As far as appointments, we can change the appointments, I believe. Let's see. Oh, yeah. If I didn't say hi to James Jaramillo, hello, James. By the way, we got Janelle here. Good to see Janelle. We got Alvin Stu coming in. I may have skipped down because I was skipping down because I thought maybe we were ending the show. So if I skipped you, I didn't mean to diss you or whatever. Maria Ali says, "Where's your time zone?" I am in Pacific time zone. So for me, it's 4:24 p.m. right now in the Pacific time zone. Christy Blom says, "We all need to work on getting Harris Walls in office. I will be volunteering, handing out signs, phone calls here in Iowa." That is awesome, Christy. And there's so many ways we can help. Yeah, you can get in, you can get in touch with the campaign, the local campaigns in your local areas, and you can do where they knocking on doors, canvassing neighborhoods. There's phone banks, calling people. There's handing out the signs, all that kind of good stuff. There's so many ways we can all get involved, and I encourage everyone. And like I said, we all have our different situations, whether physically or time wise. But there's something. There's always, I think, something that we can do, and so I hope we can all get involved. And getting Kamala Harris and Tim Walz into the White House. It's imperative. It really, really is. Mad Max says, Hal's here in Seattle tonight. I almost forgot. Yeah. They're doing, I guess, is it for Nerd Halen tonight? Because I don't, Sexy Liberal's not tonight, right? Are they doing Sexy Liberal on Saturday? Are they doing Sexy Liberal or maybe not? Or is Hal just up there doing Nerd Halen stuff? I'm confused. I'm kind of confused. So if you guys could enlighten me, that'd be great on that whole thing. Our 0616 says MTG, Jordan Getz, and Boebert have to get fired. These people do not belong in government. And MTG is in such a ruby red district, even though there is a great Democrat that's been running against her before, but just hard to penetrate that ruby red district that she's in. But I do think that she should be looked into as far as her involvement with January 6th. Jim Jordan, he's another one who is defying a congressional subpoena, right? He needs to be called and held accountable, and for at least not for not even honoring the subpoena and for being the hypocrite that he is. Getz, now we've been talking about Getz, not only about January 6th or whatever, but all of his dealings with underage girls and all of that. And where's that? A lot of that stuff has been dropped, it seems like, and that was disappointing. I don't know if he's completely going to walk on those things, as far as like trafficking and having sex with these underage girls and stuff. But I think he needs to be held accountable for that. But I guess the evidence wasn't there strongly enough. And I don't know. And then Boebert, she ended up moving to district because she was getting her ass beat in the district she was in by a Democrat. She switched districts. And for a while there, I thought it looked like she wasn't even going to win that primary, but apparently she did, right? And people keep electing these. Yeah, we need to stop electing these assholes. But they live in, these are district, these are House representatives, and they're in these red districts. It's really hard to get them out. And then, like in Boebert's case, she saw that she was losing, so she moved to another district. But eventually they'll be gone. Or at least outnumbered, you know. Hey, Paul Sharky Mannion's here. Hi there, Roxy, TJ, and the Truckers. Well, hello back at you, Paul Sharky Mannion. Good to see you in the driver's lounge. J. Ohio 107 says we need more Republicans with a backbone and back Harris. A lot of them have, surprisingly. I mean, to see the amount of Republicans coming out in support of Kamala Harris, I've been very surprised by it. You know, I really have. Now, I did have some other little memes I was going to put up. Let's see, what did I have? What's this one here? Oh, well, okay. So here's something here. I was a meme. It's got Gavin Newsom. And so it's Newsom saying that he drops a truth missile on Fox News. And so according to this, Newsom says Biden and Harris have created 14.9 million net jobs since they got into office. That's 11 times more than the last 3 Republican administrations combined. So that's going back to Trump, George W. Bush, and then Papa Bush, I guess. So in less than 4 years, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris administration have created more jobs than 16 years of those presidents' administrations. Because HW was a one-termer, Trump was a one-termer, and then Bush a two-termer, even though, well, we won't go into that, but 16 years of their administrations, and in less than 4 years, Biden-Harris has created more jobs than they did. That's amazing! And see, that's the kind of stuff that gets overlooked by the mainstream media to the point where Kamala Harris not putting that she worked at McDonald's on her resume somehow gets equal attention or more attention than this fact here. That the administration that she is a part of, with Joe Biden, has created more jobs in less than 4 years than 16 years of from the last 3 Republican administrations. That's amazing. That's fucking amazing. And that's the kind of shit that doesn't get out. So that's why I'm here. And that's why you guys are here. And I'm asking all of you guys, help share this show and other shows like this, that where we can post information like this. Because I get sick and tired of hearing from the right wing and from MAGA or whatever about how expensive bacon is or eggs is, and how bad the economy is, and how we're crashing and burning. And I get so sick and tired of it. How the good news of this economy that Joe Biden has created, it gets underreported to the point where the average American person, when you poll them or ask them a question, they don't even know. They don't know how great of a job that Joe Biden has done. So we all need to get that message out. And we've got 60 days, I think, thereabouts, until this election. And we need to just keep harping on this stuff. James Williams says, does anybody really believe Trump is going to do a debate with Kamala? Well, I know a lot of people say that he's going to bow out at the last second, say that he's got COVID or whatever. But, I think that's very much a possibility. But it is kind of like, he's damned if he doesn't, damned if he does. Like, but, I kind of think he might think that he could beat her in a debate. So I don't know. I don't think it's as clear cut as we all think. Mad Max says Nerd Halen featuring comedian Hal Sparks is happening on Thursday, September 5th. Okay, so yeah, that's today at the at 9 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time at Belltown Yacht Club. Tickets are $35 each. So that's what's going on tonight. But then he's gonna go. So I guess they're gonna perform tonight in the Seattle area there. And then I think he said they're going to drive down or take a bus or whatever from Seattle all the way down to Portland, which is a pretty good drive, like a couple hundred miles, I guess. And so maybe and I think that's another Nerd Halen gig. So maybe maybe he's just doing Nerd Halen stuff. Maybe it's not Sexy Liberal. Because I know it seems like he's been aligning the Nerd Halen performances with the Sexy Liberal stuff. So I guess I was thinking there's a Sexy Liberal going on this weekend, but I guess not. Maybe he's just doing a Seattle gig and then a Portland gig on, I think, Saturday maybe. Or maybe Friday night. I don't know. But thanks for that information, for that update, Mad Mac. Steven Sears is here. Hey, Steve, good to see you. It says Calavasi spelled really bad. Spelling really laid it on Boobert. Roxanne Orford says Nerd Halen tonight in Seattle and Sexy Liberal in Portland. Okay, there it is. Okay, so thank you, Roxanne. It's Nerd Halen tonight in Seattle, and then Sexy Liberal in Portland on Saturday. Okay, and I think Nerd Halen might be playing down in Portland also, but I'm not sure. I shouldn't even say shit that I'm not sure about. Anyhow, James Jaramillo says at Mad Mac, hell yeah, I'm tempted to give her the 2-finger salute on the way out, but I'll be more professional than she is. Delta Don, one of Getz's cronies, is the subject of an episode of American Greed. Check it out. Steven Sayers says Trump does have his day in court, but will he show up? James Jaramillo, go figure that Trump would say fake jobs. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are fake jobs. J Ohio 107, but Republican voters don't see the stats. They just listen to Trump. They definitely are in a bubble. Hey, Suzanne Forsepi's here. I haven't seen Suzanne in a while. Thanks for being here. And Mad Mac, good to see you today. Good to see Suzanne. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. Azolda Zin says, I didn't have sex with a porn star. Couldn't say that under oath, but got away with it in the debate. Yeah. Hour 0616 says, I don't know how mainstream media doesn't mention Biden's oil boom every time this drill baby drill bumper sticker gets slung around. How much drilling are they planning if millions of barrels aren't enough? Yeah, we're already producing, more than we've ever produced before, probably. I know. Here's James Williams, and I love this. This is what, coming from Bill Clinton at the DNC, James Williams says, here is the score for the sporting fans. Democrats have created 50 million jobs to the Republicans 1. And that's what was, that's from Bill Clinton's speech where he said, because I had to check it 3 times. And when he said it, I was like, I couldn't believe it. No one could believe it. And even though we know that Democrats do a better job at the economy, and Democrats always do a better job at creating jobs. But to hear that stat, that since 1999, since the fall of the Soviet Union or the end of the Cold War, Democrats have created 50 million jobs to the Republicans' 1 million jobs. I mean, you might as well just say all the jobs have been created by Democrats. Pretty much. That is amazing. Yeah, and James, thanks for bringing that up, because that should tell you everything you need to know about who the better party is for the country. J Ohio 107 says, kind of an odd question, but is there a dating website just for Democrats? I know there is one for Republicans. I don't know if there is, but there should be. Don't you think? I do. I think that there should be. Mad Max says, don't know. I had planned to add a cool communications thing into my helmet tonight. Got a long trip on my moto this weekend to do. Roxanne Outfield, I would love to see Hal, though, too. Yeah, you got so much stuff to do and only so much time to do it in. Mad Max says, I don't think rapist Trump has a problem with lying under oath. It means nothing to him. They have to prove he is lying, which is difficult to do. Well, it depends on the lie, I guess. Paul Shargimanian says, make my old buddy couldn't lend me a tenner. Mad Mac, Ashley, I've had too much iron brew today. Maria Ali says, sorry, jump to my quick breakdown in the Russian influencer things. Oh, yeah, the Russian influencer thing. Well, that's a big story, and it's going to be continuing. It's going to be continuing to pop up as more and more of the indictments or whatever come out. We're going to see, like we were talking earlier, the Blaze was mentioned. So Glenn Beck is scared shitless that he might be involved in this. I'm sure Tucker Carlson is scared shitless. Shitless? Is that am I saying that right? Rumble is probably going to be going down. All that. Maybe even Truth Social or whatever. It will be interesting to see how widespread this becomes. Anthony Reminiak is here. Good to see Anthony. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking us out here in the driver's lounge. We're just hanging out. Apparently, I think where the latest I heard is that Hal probably won't be on tonight, or if he is, it might be, who knows. Matthew Handon is here. Hal has a show today. Well, he normally has a Thursday show in the afternoon, but he, as we were speaking just a little bit about, he's got a Nerd Halen gig tonight in Seattle, and so he's probably not going to be able to get a show in. And if he did do a show, it would be a short show. And I did say short show. I didn't say shit show. It'd be a short show. Hal Sparks does not do shit shows. But so we don't know. It's not 100%, but probably not today, Matthew. Probably not. So we're going to hang out for a little bit more, for about another 15 minutes, and then I got to go. Let's see. In crypto, I don't know why I keep saying in crypto. It's enough crypto. It says, see who owns your local news stations. You will be surprised. Even local news is biased against the Democratic Party. Yeah, and so much of it is Sinclair, right? Sinclair Media owns a lot of outlets. A lot of the local outlets. Well, they're in local markets all across the country. Sinclair Media. Delta Dawn, I want on that site, Jay. What site is that? The Democratic dating site? I don't know. Paul Shuckymanian, it's only a matter of time before there's a direct connection with Trump. Yeah, it's probably leading to that, huh? To Truth Social. James Jaramillo says, I hope Tim Pool is screwed. I hope they take every fucking penny that they gave him. On Randy Rhodes, she reported, based on what she had found, that Tim Pool and some of these others were getting paid $400,000 a month. And they're trying to say, oh, I didn't know that this was Russian money or whatever. $400,000 a month to put out, right-wing talking points, and to put out basically directives directly from Moscow. To put out this misinformation and disinformation. $400,000 a month to peddle this crap, this right-wing crap. Maria Ali says, Truth Social already got investigated by FEC for Russian donations and monetary investments last year. Roxanne Arfield says, sadly, most broadcasting companies are right-wing owned. Rob4419, guess they all thought they were immune to being exposed by Garland. See, that's the thing, huh? We all kind of shit-talk Garland because he's so mild-mannered and kind of milquetoasty and everything else. But maybe Merrick is going to get the last laugh, when he brings down all this shit. He's bringing down a world of hurt. He's bringing down a world of hurt on those motherfuckers. So I say, hey, fine. You can be the mild-mannered guy all you want, as long as you back it up with some serious indictments here and bring down these assholes. As Old as In says that James Jaramillo, he deserves to be screwed, and we deserve for him to be screwed. Mad Max says, holy shit, 400,000 a month, traders. Yeah, they sold out their country for a little bit of money, but that's not a little bit of money. I just was sort of, because Randy Rhodes, another thing she always has quoted over the years is like that line from from Fargo, where she says, like talking about all these murders and stuff being done, and all for a little bit of money. And in Fargo, it was kind of a little bit of money, but in this case, it's not. Hey, non-useful, the $2 super chat. Bitcoin riding on a Trump win, FDIC. Well, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that very much. Non-useful says Bitcoin riding on a Trump win. Yeah, well, yeah, because and Donald Trump doesn't know anything about Bitcoin. And I don't know. I'm not a Bitcoin aficionado myself, but I bet you Donald Trump knows less about Bitcoin than I know about Bitcoin. But Elon Musks of the world, who are heavily into Bitcoin and are heavily into manipulating that type of a market, would love nothing more than a useful idiot like Donald Trump getting into the White House so they could use him to build up these cryptocurrencies. And that's a good point. Non-useful. That's a good point. Oliver Brownlow says, nice work if you can get it. Yeah. Anthony Reminiak says, once the NFL season starts, Jesus won't have time to listen to prayers. Suzanne Furrieseppi says, I'll dance when Harris is inaugurated. You and me both, Suzanne. And I think a lot of us, we will be dancing with joy. Maria Ali says they're talking putting in Raskin of if cousin Kamala gets in. Putting in Raskin, Jamie Raskin, in what? I don't know. My old mind is not thinking straight. You have to let me know what that's about. Let's see. I know, and enough crypto. Not happy with the timeline here. Should have been earlier. I don't know. I don't know the behind the scenes things. I don't know. I'm not an investigator. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. I know we all wish these things would be sooner and faster, but I don't know. Maybe this is a good time right before the election. This is sort of like coming out now. Maybe this will matter. Maybe this will just be another thing that will just more things to add on to the shit list of Donald Trump, I guess. Blue Boy 666 says blue dots and blue wave typhoon. Thank you, Blue Boy 666, for being here. Good to see you. I don't know if I've seen you before, so thanks for joining us in the chat and hanging out with us. I do appreciate you being here. Roxanne Unfeld, I have to start dinner, so I'll be listening. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you, Roxanne, for being here. I'm going to be shutting off in about 8 minutes. I'll go till 5. So thank you for hanging out with us. Enough crypto. So just like Mueller, who didn't have the balls to fight back. Yeah, I disagree with that description. I think Mueller did what he could do with what he was given. And remember, he was working during the Trump administration. So, yeah, I'm going to give Mueller a little bit of slack, I guess. As old as it, I wonder who taught Trump about NFTs. Well, I think, Don Jr. and Eric, they've been in his ear about it, but I don't think he understands it. I don't think he, I think taught is kind of a loosely used term there. Matthew Hannon, not gonna lie, I'm embarrassed by what I do for a Klondike bar 400K. Forget about it. Well, like I said earlier in the earlier show, if they came at me with money to promote Russian disinformation, I don't care if it was $1 million or if it was $3 million. I would have told them to shove that fucking money right up Vladimir Putin's ass. Okay? I don't give a fuck if it was $1 billion. I would tell them to fucking shove it up their ass. Blue Boy 666, Bitcoin is electric dependence. It's fucking up the planet. Oh yeah, well that, yeah, with all those the servers and all that shit, and the bit mining and all that. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's really stupid, if you ask me. Mad Mac, we'll get you a snake venom pint, Sharky. The bottle has a warning label saying only to drink an ounce in one sitting. Enough crypto. I'm talking about charging Trump. Well, you had Bill Barr as the Attorney General. There was no way Mueller was going to be able to charge Trump, I don't think. And maybe it wasn't even up to him. It might have been up to Bill Barr. Non-useful says Trump has asked Judge Merchan to adjourn the existing September 18th sentencing date until after the election. Non-useful says in addition to an adjournment, Trump asked Judge Merchan to set aside the jury verdict and dismiss. Well, Trump can ask all he wants. I don't think Merchan's going to go for that. Matthew Hannon, says father of suspected Georgia school shooter arrested and faces murder charges. Wow. Breaking news here on the Trucker John Show. Tim Farrell says, what do you mean who taught Trump about NFTs? Don't you know his uncle went to MIT? Yeah, his uncle went to apparently his uncle was very smart, so I guess somehow that makes Trump smart. Trophy Cat says, if you ever had someone fight for this country, you would never betray it. Right. And as we know, none of the Trumps have ever fought for this country. Non-useful says the 34 counts of falsifying business records are unofficial acts committed before his presidency, but Trump argues that certain evidence for Trump's presidency terms is allegedly protected by... Trump alleges a lot of shit, non-useful. Trump will allege a lot of shit, and that's just what it is, shit. Enough Crypto says Trump AG comes out with some made-up bull on a Friday saying that the Mueller report did not. Yeah, he totally, Bill Barr totally lied, blatantly lied when he came out with that report, about the Mueller report. He totally contradicted it, 100%. Fish Dude 666 Iffy. How about the worst human being on the face of the planet? That seems more accurate. Yeah, and then someone brought that up in the earlier show today, and yeah. But thanks for being here. I don't think I've seen Fish Dude 666 Iffy before. So thank you for being here. Thanks for dropping on in as we just are hanging out today. We're doing a House Sparks pre-show hangout, but I don't think there's going to be a House Sparks show today. So I guess this is just going to be a show. Anthony Reminiak says that parent arrest should know there is case history in Michigan. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was remembering they just had that case a few months ago where both the parents were found guilty, right, in some sort of negligence or whatever about they're giving their son that gun. Who went in and shot some people, and so they found them guilty. So there is precedence, yeah, that's for sure. Eric Zimmerman says he thinks it rubs off to yeah. If his uncle was really smart, it must have rubbed off on him somehow. But I don't think he rubbed hard enough or whatever. I don't know. Eric Zimmerman, he knows no one believes him, so he makes shit up. Trickle down education, Delta Don says. Yeah, that's funny. That's a good one. Trickle down education. Fish Dude 666 iffy. Happy to be here. Well, we're happy to have you. Enough crypto, Mr. Trucker. It's TNF. Till next time. Well, thanks for being here. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to be it's 5 o'clock. So I think I am going to call it because I do need to get out and about. I got, you guys got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. We all got stuff to do. So I think we're going to go ahead and call it. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. We had a lot of new faces today. I hope you guys all hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share so that we can see you again. We can all meet together. And maybe I will move this out. And you can see the little schedule there. Tuesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific time. And Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. That's the schedule. Hope you guys will come back and like, subscribe, and share. Let's grow the show. Let's get the show to 4,000 subscribers and onward. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. And we had some great support today, not only for liking, subscribing, and sharing, but we had some fan funding. We had Erica Cubs, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Erica. Michael McAndrews had a $20 super chat. Thank you, Michael. Jolie gifted 5 memberships. That was really awesome. Thanks, Jolie, for that. Non-useful with a $2 super chat, I guess. I get super chats and stickers a little mixed up. I guess these are super chat. Thank you, Non-Useful. I appreciate the support, as always. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And, I just thank you guys for being here. And you can look at my other videos that come up. You might want to check out my Harris Walls rally that was here in Las Vegas. That's a good one to watch. If you have any doubt about crowd size and support and enthusiasm for the Harris Walls campaign, I can tell you I was there. I witnessed it firsthand. It was a moment where, it was like the electricity in the air, the excitement. When Kamala Harris came out, I actually kind of teared up because I'm going, there is the first woman president of the United States right there. And I was caught up in the moment, and I actually had to take my glasses off and wipe my eyes a little bit because I was getting a little bit teary-eyed. So that might pop up in your feed now that you guys are here. I highly recommend it. Checking it out. It's kind of cool to see. And I'll see you guys around in the chat rooms, I'm sure. The other chat rooms we hang out at. And I guess that's it. Jolie says, so glad to see all the new people. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And just looking here. Bye, everybody. Everyone's saying goodbye. So that's about it for tonight, guys. Once again, thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys on the next one, which should be Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Alrighty.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So I style of Easter, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid. But doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye, the show is coming in. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John Live Street. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John Live Street. Yeah, the Trucker John Live Street. We gonna come back and do it all.